Have you ever heard of a yoga pose called the Blossoming Cobra? Yes, that is the term of art. The Blossoming Cobra. It's sort of like a frog, but then you move forward and you're in a cobra with the frog legs. I don't know what I just experienced. I don't know if I like it. I'm just saying, how is it possible to be going to yoga for 10 consecutive years? A range of studios, but mostly here in my home base in the core power of Ballston, Virginia, IA. And how is it possible that almost without fail, that's a crazy contradiction, almost without fail. Why are you even saying those terms together? They don't make sense together. Almost and without fail are not things that should go back to back. So it really is just almost. It is not without fail. Without fail is always. But it's kind of like I'm saying, well, almost all the time, but it's not all the time. It's almost all the time. So what's other way to say that? Periodically? No, that's more frequent. There's the thing about the English language is there's a perfect word for everything. I love that about the English language. Mostly because we just adopt other terms from other languages. This is pretty cool. There must be a term for this. Wow, we got some traffic situation in the house today. It's rainy, boys and girls. It's rainy. Rain, rain, go away. Wow, you gotta be careful out here. We got school children. Here's the thing. I'm at a different time right now than normal. This is a very unusual situation I'm experiencing right now. This is not my typical yoga action situation. I am predominantly a 6 a.m. first guy in the room, far corner, top or left back, so I can avoid detection from the yoga police. I would get citations. I would get violated. Oh, I'm going. I've got it. Okay. What did I just say? The Blossoming Cobra. I don't even know where that came from. The point I was trying to make before I got sidetracked from the rain, from the circumstances of these pedestrians, and you just got to pay attention. You always got to be on alert, man. In a car v pedestrian, you are always at fault. It doesn't even matter if they're not in a crosswalk. You just have a responsibility when you are driving to be very attuned to your surroundings and basically take responsibility for all the potential externalities you may impose on the world. I was talking about the Blossoming Cobra and the fact that I've never, in my 10 plus years, it might be more than 10 years now, folks, probably about 10 and a half years. I think I started doing yoga for real, about age 40. I decided that was going to be my thing, to get a little more tuned to my health and wellness. It doesn't really help me that much. I think it's ritualistic torture. I'm not sure. I don't think I'm seeing a lot of health benefits. I think it's because I don't partner this practice with other good behaviors. If anything, I feel like when I go to yoga, that gives me license to ill. Is that what the Beastie Boys meant? Maybe that's what they meant. My gosh, I never even really knew what that meant. License to ill. Wow. I think when I was growing up and that album came out, it came out before I even had my driver's license. I was probably about 10 or so when that came out. But I thought of it as like a license, a driver's license, but it was like an illness license, like you could be sick. Like you would, like almost like a pass you would, I just didn't know how to interpret it. But now as I think about it, I think maybe the idea is a license to ill. Oh, we gotta beat this traffic, bro. We gotta beat this traffic. Come on. Yeah. There's a whole slew of cars. They just got the green light ahead, and it's gonna be like, who opened the gate, dude? But I got in front of it. License to Ill. I have a new impression of that suddenly on this ride, on this journey home. There's always something new to discover in stream of consciousness post-yoga action. And I think today the insight is, well, twofold. There's always a new pose to learn. That's not a new insight, that's just a reminder. Every class I go to, I probably experience something new. Today it was the Blossoming Cobra. Whatever the hell that is. I mean, I've never heard of it, but hey, it's a thing. I am convinced anybody can make up any pose they want. You just take a pose and then you add a couple things to it, a twist, frog legs, whatever, and like you can create something. I have to confess, that is very creative though, blossoming. I've never heard that term in yoga studio. Probably the first time, blossoming. I've never heard any other pose described in that manner. Could you do a blossoming triangle, for instance? Maybe a triangle with your hips externally rotated, like a frog leg triangle. We have to call that the frog. I don't know, this is crazy. It's crazy, man. It's all crazy. It doesn't make any sense. License to Ill, yeah, that's what I was talking about. I think it means license, not like a permit, but the concept of autonomy and permission. I got a license to ill. I got a license to ill, and how did that come up? What was the context that I was using it in? I don't know, man. A license. I got license. I like the word license. Actually, I'm kind of to find a way to weave that into the nomenclature. Have you ever done that? Have you ever had like a word that you just suddenly go, man, actually, I'll say this. It's usually the opposite for me. Usually there are words I just don't like. And they annoy me when I hear other people say them. I get upset. They're triggering terms. There aren't many of them, but they exist. I shouldn't tell you what they are, otherwise if you're around me, you might bring them up just to spite me. So I won't reveal them, although, maybe you'll figure it out over time. There are also words that I enjoy. I like the word license not as a driver's license, but as a concept. Something and something gives you license to behave a certain way, I guess would be the one, use it in a sentence, Another word that I really like, oh shoot, what was it? It just came and went. Well, it's not there anymore. I've lost it. I'll never come back. That's sad. It's really sad. All right, well, that was fun. I'm tired. It's Friday. Weekend is upon us. I'm going to be back in the WV, the Mountain Mama, West Virginia Country Roads. Take me home. I'm going to be there for about a week, kicking it with my dad, getting the house cleaned up a little bit, taking care of some business, working remote from the old den on the second floor, 12 Hickory Lane. Good times. I might be doing some drive and jive content. And I should just alert folks, if you are listening to this show, which is insane that you would do that. There are only probably a handful of you. Thank you for joining me. I'm on this 30-day challenge with Instagram. It's part of the Stan community. It's like I don't know, whatever. I just saw it. I jumped in. You guys, sometimes you just follow the opportunities when they come to you, and you just see what happens. So I got to post every day for 30 days, and then whoever does that, I don't know, there's probably like hundreds of thousands of people across the globe that are involved in this. If you do it for 30 consecutive days, you all split the pot of money, which I think is like $100,000. So I don't know how many people are going to have the perseverance to get through the entire 30 days. I'm certain that I will, barring some catastrophic situation. But what I'm doing on there is documenting AI text-to-video animation projects that I'm working on. It's a real interesting side hobby / passion / latest shiny object in my life that I'm chasing. But I really do appreciate these tools. And I invite you to check that out because there's going to be some crossover. I have a sense there's going to be some spillover between hot yoga problems and Instagram, AI, text-to-video animation. The worlds are going to collide in interesting ways. I don't know exactly what that looks like yet, but I have a sense of it. I might be talking about AI, text-to-video on my car ride home tomorrow. You're going to tune in for that. I'm also thinking about starting some live streams on YouTube, just like click the video on, share my screen, and show people what I'm doing, which is, it's arduous, it's silly, it makes no sense. But, you know, if I'm sitting down there for a couple hours a night, just like goofing around, why not invite other people in to witness that tragic situation? All right, we'll see. It's all speculation at the moment. Okay, boys and girls, have a great day. Thank you so much for being here. Happy Friday, happy weekend. Until next time, namaste, mofos.